Hi, everyone. My name is Misha. I'm Kareem's Godsister and former babysitter. I'll be I'll be reading a letter that his mom wrote to him. My dearest son, Kareem Atkins, Deputy 8T36. You may not be here in the flesh, but you will never be forgotten. When you decided to make your life in Texas, it did not sit right with me because it reminded me of when I was in labor with you and you did not even want to come out. The surgeons had to cut me to drag you out. But I realized later that my children were going to grow up and have a life of their own. I'm going to miss those many surprises when you would come back to New York, those times when you would pop up at my job and I would just jump up from my chair and run to you. Not forgetting the time when you came home and was in your brother's Michael room with his uniform jacket and walked by me. Me not thinking much of it, but I thought went through my mind that Michael wasn't as tall as I thought he was. Your sister Chantel would be in on those surprises also. You were such a character, funny. Don't know where you got that humor from. You were such a great son, husband, father, brother, uncle, cousin, godbrother, godfather, friend, and comedian. I learned on Tuesday that you were going to come home for Thanksgiving. Another surprise, shaking my head. I was just wondering, when were you going to tell me? LOL. I miss you and your friends, my adopted children, coming to my house, eating up my food, and have the nerve to get seconds. I always had a bond with them because you and your siblings' friends were considered my children too. They are all loved and always will be. There are so many memories I have of you. There are two that stands out right now. The first is, I know it didn't sit well with you when I decided to cut my hair short. So as I sit here and write this letter, I'm reminded of that and how I would tell you it's more manageable for me. The second memory I have is of your silly ways. It's when you called me on October 15th. I always ask if everything is okay, and you said yes. I told you I have to call you back because I was still at work. You asked, what time would you finish? I told you like 4:45. You then asked, a quarter is 25, right? And I said, yes. Then you said casually, then I'll call you at 4:75. We laughed, and I told you how silly you were. I did call you back, but you didn't answer. Busy as usual. That evening, when Chantel and I went to your brother's apartment, you FaceTimed him. We spoke, and you said to me, Mom, weren't you supposed to call me back at 4:75? Excuse me. Michael and Chantel just looked at each other, and I tried to explain to them, but they saw, sorry, but you saw what they did to me. No respect. I could not get the 4:25 or the 4:75 joke out correctly. I will always hold that in my heart. When I saw you on Tuesday, before I said goodbye, I said the prayer I taught you. As I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Nadia heard me and told me you always said that prayer. Your friend Jimmy and wife Lily also told me you always said that prayer. That made me feel real good, Kareem. I love you so much, and I will never stop loving you. And just to clear the air on the favorite child topic, my favorite child is Chantel, Kareem, and Michael. So long now, my sweet son Kareem. I know God has called you home to rest as your job here is finished. Sleep well until I see you again. I would like to thank everyone who came out to celebrate my son Kareem today, his friends and family, relatives who could not make it, his Bleed Blue family, well-wishers, his neighbors, people who knew him personally, those who did not know him, the people who made sure we were well fed, people who donated supplies for the household, supplies for the children. My family and I really appreciate everything that was done and will continue to be done for us. All the kindness that was shown to us, the hospitality and uplifting prayers, it made a really difficult time a little easier to see how much he was loved. If I forgot to mention anyone, please forgive me. Your loving mom, Celine Pemberton Atkins.